All right, this is Bob again, and I am back to do another kind of redraw on Liefeld's Brigade number 130th anniversary. Again, when I saw this cover, I was just like, all right, here we go again. Muscles in the wrong place, the chest wasn't lined up correctly. There were just things that bothered me. If you look at it close up, you don't see them. But if you were to shrink the picture and look back a little bit, you just see where everything does not line up correctly. And I will say that this is a bit odd, but it used to be that Liefeld would draw everybody's heads super small and their bodies super huge. But this one has the opposite effect. It's like he drew the head a little too big here, but he wanted to fit as much of the body as possible on the page. And I don't believe he's somebody that sketches out anything before he really starts drawing. I think he starts drawing a face, and then based off of whatever size that is, he then starts to add everything to it. And that's usually when things kind of get out of control and he's unable to he didn't notice that, oh, hey, I can't fit the whole body on here, or else I can't fit this specific pose. I have to make an arm shorter than it should be, or a leg shorter than it should be in order to fit things on there. That's usually what I see with it. So I decided to do the same drawing. And I have to say, like, this again, okay. I mean, the first picture of Brigade number one's cover with I believe it's Battlestone just kind of standing there hunched over with his arms hanging. It's like, okay, it's a picture. He kind of looks badass though, but like he's really just kind of standing there slumped over. It's very weird. And we're kind of getting that same picture here. He's flexing, he's gritting his teeth like he would. That's how Liefeld draws it. And I don't know, like there's something kind of cool about it, but then there isn't. And I also have to say that at this point in comics, the way that things are made, how much of this artwork is Liefeld and how much of it is the colorist? Okay. The colorist is literally doing the heavy lifting on this picture. And to see this picture in black and white, it does not hold the same gravitas as it is. It's, it'll look just like the one I did previously of Prophet. Definitely looks better colored in, where they tried to make sense of things and add a little bit to it, or to make up for a little bit. I tried to do the same pose in the way that, Liefeld had done this pose, trying to line everything up correctly. It's a bit difficult because it's not a great pose. It's kind of just like a guy pretending to be an ape, hanging his arms down while he like stands bent over or whatever. So I don't know. I don't think I captured the energy of it, but I was putting things in a more, I guess you could say, anatomically correct, or lining it up correctly. I can't say I'm a master of anatomy. I'm not. I studied a little bit in order to learn how to draw, and I've tried to piece together things the way I do it to get it to work, or to make it look kind of natural or something. I noticed that the way that Liefeld draws biceps now, it's kind of like if they went to a plastic surgeon and just had giant implants put in there, because they're constantly like flexed when they shouldn't be, and it makes for a very weird picture. He kind of did that before, but it kind of matched. And now it just looks so weird how everything comes to a little tight point at the elbow. And I just don't feel like that's the way that it goes. It shouldn't do that, so it just tends to look weird. Also, I don't know what's going on with Battlestone's head. I remember he used to have pigtails. Because when I think of badass commander of a superhero team, I think pigtails usually on him. But yeah, he had those long pigtails or whatever that I guess he had to get rid of because it's not the 90s anymore, and maybe it doesn't look so cool. But I'm not sure. Is that supposed to be his hair, or is he wearing some kind of little helmet? Is it a part of the costume? He's still got the little stupid skull on his forehead. That's not a thing I ever liked before. But again, this was just a quick 10-minute drawing that I shrunk down to like, it may have been like 15 minutes that I spent drawing on this. And I didn't want to go too far with it. I could have gone in and added a little more detail, especially doing the hands and such. But I just wanted to kind of get this, done and everything and see how it lines up. I see a little error I did with the rib cage, which, I could fix easy enough. But, yeah, just, I don't know, redrawing it and putting things away, especially like with the arms that I thought would work better, or just how, things would line up on the body. So here's my rendition of it, I guess. Side by side, me just drawing the same thing that was already there. All right, guys, thanks for watching.